Hello and welcome. I'm Karen Itin, and I'm here today to just kind of walk you through part of my life, like being a creative. I have some stitches or some designs that came back from the digitizers, and I need to see how well they're going to stitch out. So I was thinking, why not just roll the film and show you and help to educate you on when you get your logo back from the digitizer, or when you are ready to have a logo and you're ready to have a design for a product that you want to make and sell. How important it is to make sure that you have someone stitch out the design or logo so you know exactly what size it's going to be. And like I ran into a little bit of a problem today with mine. That's why it's so important to stitch it out and to make sure that you have a quality design that you can put on your product. So today I'm going to walk you through 5 tips before I get started stitching out my design on a product that I'm going to be selling. So for the first tip, it's check your designs, how they look and how they perform, and the size and the quality of the stitches. That's very important. Number 2, know what product, when you're going to put it on a design, on a on something that you make or whatever, or if you're going to put it on a t-shirt, if it's a logo for your business or whatever it is, make sure your design will fit the area that you want to put it on. Like if you're doing a hat, you want to make sure that it's small enough, a 2-inch, 2 1/4, 2 1/2 inch, that it's going to fit on that hat, and it's going to not take up too much area. You want to make sure that it looks in proportion with the garment or the size of something that you're selling it on. And then you want to find your resources. You want to find where you can get your logo or design digitized. You want to find out where you can get it stitched, because usually the digitizers is separate from the person that will stitch it. So you'll have 2 different people running your design, and so you want to make sure that you find those resources as somebody in your area or someone overseas that can do the digitizing. Mine is all done through email, and I can digitize somewhat myself, but just to try to save time, because I'm working on some other writing and some other projects, I sent it out this time. So then it came back, and then now we're stitching it out. I stitched out yesterday a rose that I showed online, I believe. Maybe I didn't. But I did stitch out my rose yesterday and my hydrangea today. So these are 2 types of flowers that I will be putting on products. They are my own artwork. They are my own sketches. So it is unique, and it's all my own. So you want to have something that you come up with that is all your own. I think that helps you to be stand out from everyone else, and to have a product that is totally different than what you can just buy online. So that's important too. And then you want to check how it stitches on your product. You want to check if you're doing it on a hat or you're doing it on a t-shirt. You want to have a sample prototype, how it looks, how it's positioned, and how the size of it looks in proportion with the garment or whatever you're putting it on. So today my problem was I stitched my design out. Here's I did it in light yellow. I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's a hydrangea. It can go any way. It can go any which way. That's why I kind of designed it as a flower. You can kind of put it on a product any which way. But anyway, what I'm getting at, okay, so when it came back from the digitizers, you want to stitch it, because 1, you want to make sure that the size is correct, but you also want to make sure that you can change the leaves from the flower. Now see, this one came back and it wasn't able to do that. My rose came back and it wasn't able to do that. So I had to send it back, the file, and let them know that, hey, you have to improve this file, and I would like it to be able to be changed out. Like I could do the leaves in a green, I could do them in a brown, and do the flower in a lavender or purple like I wanted to, but you know, it won't change out. So they have to rework this file for this one. That's why it's very important to know this before you get any products, you know, started to stitched out on a product. You want to do sample testing and make sure that it is going to be, you know, quality. It's going to be able to be interchangeable, because if you go and stitch this out, if you wanted to put it on, say, a black t-shirt or something like that, you can't stitch out like the purple flower with the green leaves. It all has to be one color. So what are you going to do? You just have one solid color, and that's not, you know, that doesn't look that great. So that's very important. So this one will be going back. I have to get my, I also did a butterfly that I drew, and they digitized it. I have to locate that on my email and, you know, send it to my machine so I'm able to stitch that out and to make sure that I can change the colors and it's interchangeable also. That's very important with digitizing, that you can change out your colors and make it, you know, unique. So today I have on just a little cheapy headband just for a trial run, and we're going to stitch out the design. I don't know if it's going to be too large for this headband or not. It looks like it will fit. But we're going to just try it and see if that width of the headband will work, or we have to make the headband larger, or we have to reduce the size of the design. So I have it on white so you don't see it on the screen here lit up, you know, like a color, because it's white, just because I already have white stitching on here for a name. So I'm just going to push go, and we're going to see what we come up with. This machine is very temperamental from winter to summer, and it's starting to get humid in here and a little bit warm. So I'm not sure if it's going to be able to stitch this white in without breaking the thread. I had a problem with it breaking the thread on this last one. I was able to correct it a little bit so it looked halfway decent, but you have to really tighten down the tension a little bit more when it's humid in here compared to in the winter. So we'll just see what happens with it and kind of go from there. If it messes it up, it messes up. It's kind of like a cheapie, just a trial thing. So we'll see what happens. So it's doing the leaves now. Get you a little closer and see if you can see it. I know there's a light on my machine and it's kind of got a glare. You can't see it too well. But it's on a this is on a 12-inch hoop. And you have to make sure that you have the rest of your headband underneath your bobbin case down there. Otherwise you'll get it stitched all together. So, and then I have some stabilizer behind it so it can stay and not stretch, or you know, the stitches stay nice in shape, in form, you know. So it's doing the other leaf, it's doing the second leaf. I pray it doesn't break. I really don't want to mess up this headband, but it's the last pink one I have. It might be nestling up right there. I didn't do that stitch so hot. Let's see what happens. I should have made these a little bit longer, so that's what it's starting to nestle up, so it's probably going to break. Yes, let me correct that first before it starts really messing the design up. This thread that I have on this machine came with this machine, and it's not a high quality thread. And I did purchase other thread for this. I just haven't had a time to change out and swap out the better thread. But I will be doing that so it doesn't fray like this. So let's just get it going again. Let's see, we're just going to push. I need to oil my thread catcher, it's telling me. So we'll finish this design and I'll give it a little shot of spray oil. I got that little thread there. Putting the lines in the leaves, little vein marks. I could have made those a little bit longer, but as you draw, you'll learn, when it comes back from the digitizer, you'll learn things, tricks like this and things like this, that if I made those lines a little bit longer, I think it would have looked a little bit better on the pattern. But that's a trial and error when you draw. You want to make sure that, it isn't all, dotted. They take it just from my drawing and, digitize what's there. But if I could have made those a little bit longer, I think the pattern would have looked, I like it. It's fine. But I'm really close to the edge right here, so I'm hoping that that is the actual edge of the flower. I don't want to be too far off. I'm good with the leaf on the other side of the edge of the headband. I think this is a really cute design. I love hydrangeas. I love all types of flowers. I guess I love flowers because my dad always had fresh flowers in our home. He would always grow a lot of flowers that he could bring indoors, and we enjoyed them, always on our dining room table. And we got used to that as a kid, I think, and I just love flowers. I think it just kind of, sets a nice atmosphere, sets a nice mood for your home. So, and these are going to set a nice mood for whoever gal buys the headbands, But people want to feel pretty. They want to feel, it did it again. Well, we're just going to keep going with it. That's what I mean with this, from summer to winter. I'm going to tighten down my tension a little bit. So this time it broke way up here. So we're going to, so far away, trying to make it happen. Let's see. All right, and then I just kind of thread my needle first, and then I go back and put it in its little tension holder here. And you can do this with a tweezer, long tweezer. I have one here. Works better, but I'm just used to just doing it. Okay, thread break. Yes, it did break. We're just gonna go. Thread break. We're gonna go back 10 stitches so we don't like have an open spot that didn't have any stitching on it. I like to cut that off. Yeah, so it's finishing up nicely. And this is about a, 2.5 inch design. Once it's all, yeah, it kind of is nestled up a little bit on there, but we'll see what happens. Very humid in here today, and this is in my shop, not in my house. It's just, I have a big shop. It's not a beautified shop. It's more like a factory type shop, so it's not real pretty, but it's functionable, and you can move products through here and stuff. So it's not, like people that sew from home. They have these beautiful beautified shops, sewing room, and all this. My shop is not like that. My shop is more based around production and around commercial sewing. Not so much everything's pretty. I don't have time to make everything pretty. I'm always creating and doing other things that I love to do. So it just is where you spend your time. Hopefully in my next location, I'm looking for a new location now. For my next location, I'll have it set up a little bit differently, and it can be a little bit more beautified and stuff like that. I would like it a little more beautified for filming, but it is what it is, and that doesn't mean that it should hold you back from teaching others and showing others how things go together and how things work. So a little bit more to finish up that little edge of that leaf there. Well, the edge of the flower actually in the leaf. Make it more rounded. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. I think it actually looks pretty cool if the thread wouldn't have broke. But let's see if we can trim some of that off to make it. We're going to take it off the hoop now. So that was a 12-inch hoop. I try to keep my hoops all together. Let's see if we can make it. Trim this off a little. One little cluster there. Kind of blends in. So there's one of my products. So it fits pretty nice on here. So I like the size, I like the detail, I like it real well. And then you just clip off your, you know, the stabilizer in the back. You clip it kind of, I like to clip it kind of rounded so it's, you know, and there's no sharp little, not sharp edges, but kind of, you know, looks like it's sharp edge. And you always want to turn your design to the stabilizer and cut your excess off, because if you don't, you may cut into the fabric. So you want to get as close as you can, make it look professional. So there. And then I'll use probably my larger scissors and cut off some of this, you know, little these threads here. Cut them down and clean it up a little bit. You know, you want a nice clean job. So this, yeah, so it's washable. And it's ready to sell. It's ready to go. Clean this up a little bit rounded. There. There we go. So there, see how easy it is to make your own products and to sell your own products. And that's one of my products. This is one of my names that I'll be selling. It stands for a beautiful mind. And so there. Oh, I don't think you could see it. I didn't have it up close. Okay. Beautiful. That was a hydrangea. So then I have to let the digitizers know that it needs to still have a little bit of work done. And I'll send them a picture of this, how it stitches out, that the color is not interchangeable. I guess I can move the film up here a little bit where I am. Maybe. 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 Hello. So yeah, I wanted to give you some tips on that, some tips on when you get your design back, you know. And it, you know, keep in mind that just because you did your logo and you send it to the digitizers doesn't mean that they're going to also stitch it. So you have to make sure that not only do they, you know, digitize it, but whoever you have stitch it stitches it out as a sample before you put it on your product, so you know if the colors can be changed or the size or the quality of work, because there's some other work that I got back, and the quality of the work on the when it does the layers, like the satin stitch, it wasn't like enough, you know, like you could see the fabric behind there. So I'm like, hey, thicken that up a little bit. So then they added more stitches. So you just have to, you know, deal with somebody that knows how it should turn out and how it looks, and to make sure that it's correct before you start wasting and putting it on, you know, nice products that you're going to sell. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Sorry the machine messed up. I knew it probably would, because it's humid in here today. This is in a metal building where my my little factory, my little shop is. And so it gets quite humid in here, and it's getting warmer outside now compared to winter, and so the machine is a little temperamental on getting it adjusted with the tension between the weather type thing, you know. So, but anyway, I had fun filming this, and I hope it gave you some ideas and some, you know, some inspiration to, you know, even if you're just a business owner and you don't have a logo that you can promote, that you don't have a a product that you can promote. It's a good idea to have, you know, a stitched out digitized logo or design. You don't have to have a logo, but it, you know, either or, you know, that you can make and sell, and to, even if you just give it away or you sell it for like a charity type thing that you promote your product with, and then the money that you make from it you give to kids or whatever it is, you know. But just, you know, see what you can come up with and you can do. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. But again, my name is Karen Itin, and I am a business coach, and I help creative people to run and start a business around a service or a product that they'd like to sell. I help them to get up and get going, and I meet them where they are. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are afraid. They're afraid to take the next step to start a business. And now, if you want to start a business online, it's the best time to start a business online. So many other businesses are going to online businesses that were once a brick and mortar place, and it is a wonderful time to make and sell products online, or a service, to offer a service. You can sit at home and offer a service on your own time, or you can you know, create a product and sell. But both are real great ways to earn an income. And I ran a service-based business for a long time, and it supported my family for 25 years. And I love that service. And I know if I did it, and I was scared too. And you just have to let the excitement of the fear take over, you know, take over your fear. You have to be more excited about your product or your service than you are the fear part of it. And when you start to know that how you can help people, your fear gets less and less, because aren't we all here to help others and to help people, and in one way or another, and to take our talents and whatever it is that God gave us to offer others and to help them along the way in life. That's what being in business is all about, how you can bring your product and service to help other people in need and other people who are, you know, are struggling. So that's all I have for today, but I would like to tell you about a free PDF that I'm offering on my website right now. It's 18 ways to a creative business, so it'll give you some useful tips and ideas, and some of my personal opinion, what I think are hot little businesses that could be a hot little business right now. So go there, and I'll put the link below, but the web address is www.karenitinfashionadvising.com, and you can go there and pick it up, and it's a nice little read to you know, see, you know, where you stand and you know, where you want to go with your business. Okay, and then you're more than welcome to reach out to me. I also, on my website, have a link at the bottom of the page where you can go and book a call with me. I'd be more than happy to take 45 minutes out of my day and to talk to you about your business and how you want to bring it to life. How do you want to serve the world? Okay, so I look forward to seeing you again real soon, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a comment below or a thumbs up or something, and I know that this was helpful and useful for you. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.